Alright, here we are, guys. Lesson 6. Part something or other. 24-hour clock. Are you feeling rather confused yet? Well, don't worry. Try and go slow. The more you look at it, the more you listen, the easier it gets. Okay, so remember we got 24 hours in a day. And when we start our day, it's the middle of the night, right? It's 12 o'clock midnight. That's when the new day begins. Well, instead of calling it 12 o'clock, they call that the 0 hour. So it's almost like you're starting from 0 there at the middle of the night. In the regular clock, we call it 12 o'clock midnight, but on the 24-hour clock, we're actually starting from 0. And then you got 60 minutes, and you get to the first hour. And it's basically called 100 hours. That's how they pronounce that, 100 hours. They don't say 1 o'clock, they say 100 hours. And why would they do that? Because it kind of looks like that. Looks like 1 with 00, like 100. So that's why they call it 100 hours. That's your first hour of the day. Alright, and then your second hour is 200 hours. 2 o'clock, that's the second hour of the day. And then it just keeps going. As we know, the clock spins around. You go to the next day, or the next hour, 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 until you're getting to the middle of the day now, which is lunchtime. It would be 12 o'clock noon. On a regular clock, that's what we'd say, 12 o'clock noon. But actually, in the 24-hour style, we'd say 1200 hours, which means the 12th hour of the day. Okay? The day's not done. It's only half done, right? So what is the next hour? The next hour isn't back to 1 o'clock. Not when we're using the 24-hour clock. When we're using the 24-hour clock, the next hour after 12 o'clock is 13. The 13th hour of the day, or also called 1300 hours. And then the next hour after that is 1400 hours, and then 1500 hours, and then 1600 hours. But it's not that hard to kind of keep track. You always have the old style clock right there in front of you, right? You can still see the time. So if it's 1300 hours, 1300 hours is the same as 1 p.m. You see that? It's not that hard to compare. Don't get that confused. Alright, what if it's 1500 hours? Well, what number is right beside it? A 3. So 1500 hours is the same as 3 p.m. in the afternoon. It's the 15th hour of the day, and in normal time, or regular 12-hour clock, we just say 3 p.m. But not with 24-hour time. We call it 1500 hours.